Should get myself something to drink here. All right, everyone. Well, everyone who is either watching at this very instant or who will be watching at a later point, because of course this will wind up as one of those archived videos on what do you call that thing? YouTube. Yes, that's what it is. YouTube. Hey, look, I'm just gonna do this one time. See, I'm in the lower left hand or something like that. There we go. Oh yeah, we have to do the transition. There we go. Transition. There we go. Did that work? Did that work? Oh. It would work if I did that. It would work if I did that, which of course I didn't do, but all right, never mind. There we go. We're going to go back to where we were at the beginning there. Let's go see. Oh, there we go. See, now I have to tilt it up and then I have to do that sort of thing. See, I'm waving. I'm actually here. There we go. Transition. All right, let's get this off the screen here. I want to try out a new Linux distribution today. This new, well, it's not, I'm not going to say that it's brand spanking new right off the press or anything like that, but it's new-ish. And it's certainly new to me because I haven't actually tried it, and I figured I would do it with you guys on. But just before I do that, I want to show you a couple of cool widgets that are on my screen just as I get going here, okay? This is Simple Monitor, which I think is really, really cool and really pretty. And if I right-click on this guy and I go Simple Monitor Settings, you can do all sorts of neat things, like decide which distribution you want. Like if you want to do an Arch Linux thing here, you can apply it and see we've got an Arch Linux logo. But actually, I just want Tux because, we're going with the generic. There we go. Tux the Penguin. And, oh yeah, and the other thing that we can do here, let's go back and go Simple Monitor Settings. We can also change the way that this is organized. I've got this as a column. I'm going to go back to the this format here. What do you think? What do you think? Does that look cool? I think it looks pretty cool. All right, so the other widget that I want to show you, there's this weather widget up here, which is kind of neat. Shows that, man, it was a cold night. It was a really, really cold night. But let's get that one. This is the one right here. Look at that over on the right-hand side. And yes, we're going to go into RevengeOS in just a minute here. But check it out over on the right-hand side here. Look at this. I'm going to click this guy. I can open it up. Is that cool or what? This is a steampunk. I think this is called Timekeeper. Let me just open up my... I'll unlock my widgets and I will go add widget just so that I remember what this is called. I think it's called Timekeeper. Yeah, there it is. Timekeeper, a clock and calendar functions via a steampunk interface. It is super, super cool. And let me just show you a couple of neat things about this. So I can actually go forward and back in time. Look at the moon there. Look at, we've got the various phases of the moon depending on, on the day here. This is 2017. We're going back to 2018. And if I want, I can click on the moon. And then, we've got the phases of the moon in the center there. See, we've got this phases of the moon going through there. And if we can go way into the past or way into the future. Or we can just click here in the center of this clock here. And if I click in the center of the clock, it just all folds right back into itself. It is so cool. I love it. Well, it doesn't just fold back into itself, but it actually goes back to, there's a thing here too. Let me see. Go back to the date, Tuesday. I did this earlier. How do I get it to go back? It says, oh yeah, there we go. I don't know. I just love this thing. I could play with this thing for hours. You can also shift the way that the world looks on there. I get that Pangea thing happening. But I just love this thing. I think it is so much fun. It is so cool and so much fun. And, whether it's worthwhile or not, I don't know. Look at that. It's just a blast. But okay. Let's go back. Let's ignore that. Now we're going to open it up. And we're going to do what I said I was going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up AQEMU. AQEMU is, there are lots of virtual machine managers out there. There's one actually just called Vert-Manager. There's GNOME boxes. I kind of like this one. I don't know why. I don't know that it's even fully still being developed or supported. We could go and take a look at it. About QEMU. Let me see. What's the latest version? See, 2016 531 seems to be the latest version of this thing. So I don't know that it's still being developed or that there's anybody actually working on it. But it works really well, and I enjoy it a great deal. So I continue to use it because I like it. That's why. All right. I am going to switch over and add a new machine, and I'm going to say typical installation. And I'm going to choose as a template. There are lots of different templates here. We can pick, based on the operating systems that we're working with. Excuse me. This is a 64-bit Intel type chip architecture. So we're going to go x86-64. Although, as you can tell, there are a lot of different machines that we can pretend to be with this thing. But I'm going to go with this one here, Linux 2.6. And I'm going to go with KVM. That's the accelerator, the machine accelerator, because it's built in. And let's call this one, something that makes kind of sense here. RevengeOS. And we're going to click next. I don't need 20 gigabytes, so let's just make it 8 gigabytes because it's just we're testing it. We're taking it out. We're taking it out for a spin. I don't need to have that kind of memory associated with it. User mode connection, which means it's using the network stack of the real machine. That's the desktop that I'm working on at the moment. So we're going to say finish. And we now are going to tweak the settings of this machine. By the way, if you want to check this one out for yourself, I did actually bring up the page here so that you could check it out. This is the homepage for RevengeOS, revengeos.weebly.com, WEEBLY.com. Because awesome shouldn't be so difficult. Well, I agree. I agree totally, completely even. Let's see what else is there. We can go to the about, and of course there's the download page, so you can get yourself a copy of it. So if you think that this is cool, if you think that it's good when we go through it, go out there and download it and work with this. All right, let's go check the VM settings. 256 megabytes is the default. Obviously, that's a little on the light side. I'm going to go with 2 gigabytes. As you can see over on the left-hand side here, I've got 12 gig on this notebook. So I have lots and lots of room to work with on this notebook here, okay? So 2 gigabytes we're going to go with. Graphics, I don't know, QXL. We could just go with the default, but let's just go with the default. Default CPUs, we'll give it a couple of CPUs to operate in. And I'll say apply here because I've made some changes to this thing. By the way, if you are on and watching, there is a chat function here. You can feel free to go with the chat function. And leave me a note, ask questions, that sort of thing. And I'll try to keep an eye on it. I've actually got another PC over on the right-hand side here so I can keep track of these things. In fact, let me type something. Say something. Say hello. There we go. Say hello. I have typed say hello. All right. Now we're booting off a CD-ROM, but we don't have actually a CD-ROM attached to it at the moment. So we're going to go over to media here. And we're going to add a CD-ROM type device. Okay, that's this one here. By the way, if you are on, let me know what it sounds like. Okay, I'm assuming that it's working fine, but just in case, click the little guy here, and then I'm going to go. I actually have a folder here called ISOs. So I'm going to go to the folder called ISOs, and I happen to have a RevengeOS 2017-07 ISO. I'm not sure if that's the very latest, but it doesn't feel like that long since I downloaded it. I think it was only like a couple of weeks ago I downloaded it, so it's got to be fairly recent. So, okay, and we're going to apply on this one as well. Okay, so we're going to save this one and make sure that we've got it connected. All right, let's go back to, let's go back over here. We can just start this at this point. I don't think there's anything else that we really need to do at this point. I think we've got everything set up the way that I want to set it up. All right, let's boot. Let's boot this thing. Boot Revenge. I'm not sure I like the graphics on that. That really does not look good right now. Let me actually switch back over here to, I said default didn't make me happy. Let's go with QXL. Apply. And let's boot it again. Okay, that looks better. That looks better. That looks better. I'm going to say boot RevengeOS Linux, and we're going to hit the button, and we're going to let it happen. I don't know about you, but I love text boot screens. I do. I do. I don't know why, but I love text boot screens. I like seeing all those messages going by. I know it's insane. It's crazy, but I love it. I just love it. It's great. All right. Starting PMAC. There we go. We're almost there. We're almost there. It's happening. It's happening. And VBox client not running. No, it's not, because it's a virtual machine running under. No, that's just not happening. All right. VirtualBox modules. No. Join G+ community, NVIDIA drivers. We're going to update 384 updates available already. We haven't even installed this thing. We have that many updates. All right, install system. Let's click on install system. And now we wait. I've clicked install system. I've clicked install system. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Do I have to do something else? Oh, there we go. Downloading newest Nemesis installer. So the OS is called Revenge, which, as everyone knows, is a dish best served cold. And the installer is called Nemesis. That's cool. I think that's cool. All right. Thank you for choosing RevengeOS. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Click Next to begin. Next. Automatic partitioning. Sure. Let's do that. Okay, shall we? Because, frankly, like I said, we're doing this on a virtual machine, so it doesn't really matter. And what if I full screen this thing at this point? What does it look? It looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? Looks a little bit weird. So I'm just going to leave it as is for the moment. America, Toronto, yes. Select your language. I don't even know what that is. Afar Djibouti. I'm pretty sure that's not English. And sadly, I speak English and French. I can steal a few words from, Italian and Spanish, but that's kind of about the end of it. English, where's English? Where's English? I need English. Oh, there's English. English Canada, or should I go with English US? Just because things seem to like English US better, so I'm just going to go with English US. Whether it's what I should be doing or not, we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, this is interesting because we have a choice of the desktop that we want to use in the installer. And let's take a look here. We have i3, KDE Plasma, XFCE, OBR, OpenBox. i3, what is i3? Should I pick something that I'm trying to remember? I should know this. But I don't remember. Should I pick something that I don't typically use? I guess that's part of the thing, isn't it? Try something that you don't normally always try. All right, i3. Let's give it a shot. Next. Name your computer. I'm going to name my computer, Phineas. I'm calling my computer Phineas. Next. Enter your username, Marcel. Enter your password. My password is SECRET. Secret. Re-enter your password, SECRET. Secret. Next. All right, install LTS kernel, as in long-term support kernel. No. Install LibreOffice. Sure, why not? Let's install LibreOffice. Install Steam. Well, we're not doing this to create a game machine at the moment, so I'll say install. Oh, why not? Install Steam, yes. Install Play on Linux, why not? And Fatpack support, sure, why? Let's do this. Except for not the LTS kernel, because I want the latest and greatest, whatever it happens to be. Are you ready to start the installation? Click next to continue or cancel. All right, let's click next. We're doing this. We're doing this. All right, RevengeOS. Let's move that over here. As you can see, we've got our machine info. I'm just going to minimize that for a moment. And while we're waiting for this to happen, let's go back and take a look at this really, really cool steampunk universal calendar widget thing. Just because I'm waiting for this to happen. This is so cool. I love this thing. I could watch this thing all day. Phases. There we go. Phases of the moon going through as we move the calendar ahead. This thing is so cool. I love this thing. And there's a way to go back to today's date. There we go. We're moving it around there. How do I go back to today's date? There's a way to do this. There we go. I just clicked something or other here. Is it click this clock here? Timekeeper settings. I don't know. I figured this out earlier. I should be able to figure it out again. But that's not the point. The point is we're trying to do this. Now, the desktop that's actually running, I'm going to minimize the installer on this thing at the moment. And I'm going to minimize this thing as well. The thing that's running at the moment, I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark and say that we're actually looking at the open box setup at the moment. Although we've got XFCE, let me see, this is what is on the live. This is on the live DVD or the live ISO that I'm using at the moment. This is not the officially installed version of the system. Oh, it's XFCE. Okay, so we're running XFCE with a little bar up at the top as opposed to at the bottom. All right, cool. XFCE. What do we got in here? I'm just going to take a look and see what there is on the live CD. The live CD does seem to prefer Chromium, which I can understand. Conky Manager for themes, Control Center. Oh, let's take a look at the Control Center. This is supposed to be an interesting feature. Whoa! This is interesting. All right. Let me see. Can I resize this right now, or is this going to be a problem for me? Advanced settings. Oh, actually, we are running OpenBox. All right, so this is kind of a mishmash on the live installer. This is interesting. Okay. Graphics, mate color selector. That is not what I'm looking at. All right, let's go back to take a look at the control panel here. Panel switcher. Interesting. All right. System, networks, auto start, power manager, desktop effects. Display settings. Let's go into display settings and see if we can 1024 by 768. Let's try for something a little higher than that. 1024 by 768. How about 1280 by, how about 1440 by 900, which is actually, and I'm going to say apply and see what happens there. I'll say okay, although this does look awfully teeny. So let me try to increase the size of the screen here. Doesn't look too bad, but let's increase it so that we're looking at a little bit more screen real estate here as opposed to just my current desktop. All right, I'll say save for now. Configuration saved, thank you. And let me see, Power Manager, preferred applications. This is the RevengeOS control panel. This is not my own personal desktop at the moment. This is the RevengeOS desktop. Mail reader, any mail readers installed? Nothing at the moment. So it's strictly the web browser, utilities, file manager, Thunar, file manager, terminal emulator, XFCE terminal, and let's just say close. And let's take a look at what else we've got here. Software, firewall, Roby Revenge software tool, software manager, software tool. What's the difference between the software tool and the software manager while we wait for the install to happen here? How is our install going anyway? Let's go back and take a look and see how our install is doing. That's the welcome screen, and there's the Nemesis installer. All right, Nemesis installer. You're being awfully quiet back there. RevengeOS. I guess it's doing the install in the background. It is actually slowing things down. All right, OBR tools, codec. Oh, codecs installer, flash installer. This is very interesting. Obviously, these are all things I'm going to have to give a try to when I reboot this thing in real life, so to speak, as in when the installation is complete. Customization, themes. Let's go back and take a look at themes. Black Mate, Arc Dark. Let's just go with Arc and see. Ooh, there we go. Bright blue. Blue Submarine. Blue Menta. Green Submarine. Window border font. Traditional green. Traditional green? Rally. Rally. What's in Rally? Rally, that would be like North Carolina. Traditional okay. Blue Menta. Blue Menta. Oh, let's go with Blue Menta. We'll go with Blue Menta. How is... Oh, things have happened. Installation will be finished in a few minutes. Creating new user. We are apparently almost there. I'm so excited. But I'm waiting for it to finish. Normally, some of you have actually pointed this out. Somebody actually left a comment at one point and said something like, when you're watching a video later, you skip a whole bunch of things that you didn't do. But of course, if I'm doing this live, I have to wait for the whole thing to actually happen. So if I'm doing it live... we're kind of, you know, waiting for the thing to happen. So let me see. How's that installer going? Installation will be finished in a few minutes. Thank you for choosing creating new user. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. It just feels like an amazingly long time. This is why I do the video ahead of time and I trim it so that so we don't have to sit there and wait for the whole installation to happen. By the way, if you are on and you haven't already done these things, you know how this works. youtube.com, free thinker at large. Go here if you don't have if you haven't done it yet. Go here. Oh, live now. Look, I'm live now. There you go. Go here and hit the subscribe button. Just, if you haven't subscribed yet, for goodness sakes, there's 652 subscribers. You can be number 653. Just go ahead and do it. All right, let's go back and take a look over here. How are we doing? Installing extras. Oh, this is killing me. Let's go back and take a look at the, what else we got here? Wallpaper. Oh, wallpaper. Wallpaper. At the moment, we are looking at the, all of these things, I'm just going to minimize all of these to the top here. Actually, they're just popping out here. But if you notice, the wallpaper has some live information, sort of like a widget, shortcut keys, all that sort of stuff sitting on the back here, host, uptime, and so forth, which is in a lot of ways very similar to what I've got on mine at the moment with the widget over here that talks about what kind of resources are being used on the operating system. So in some ways, that part of it is actually very similar. Let's go back and take a look over here. How are we doing? How are we doing? That's the welcome screen. I'm not interested in the welcome screen. I'm interested in the Nemesis installer. How are we doing, Nemesis installer? How is our Nemesis installer doing? Oh, nitrogen. Nitrogen. What am I? Oh, this is the desktop. These are the desktops. Okay. Well, what do we got at the moment? Nitrogen. This looks cool. White disks OB Revenge PNG. Oh, sure. Let's apply. There we go. There we go. How's the installer doing? I'm still waiting for the Nemesis installer to be finished here so that we can say that we can reboot this thing. We can go on with life. Again, if you're actually watching live, let me know what the sound sounds like because I won't know until afterwards and I've got no way to tell while it is running. But, just leave it a little chat comment and say, hey, the sound is awesome, or hey, the sound sucks, or, whichever one it happens to be. There we go. Installation will be finished in a few minutes. Finishing install. Did I not see this just a few minutes ago? Come on. This feels like forever. Now you know. Now you know. This is why I edit as I go along. This is why I typically don't install a whole distribution live. Finishing install. Surely you're almost done now. Surely. All right, let's go back and take a look at what else there is on this thing. I was taking a look at the installation here. Let's see, notifications, Qt themes. Qt themes. Appearance, active palette. What have we got here? Color scheme. Anything predefined here? Doesn't look like we've got a lot. Oh, there we go. Numix circle. Numix. Numix? Apply. What does Numix look like? All right. Let's. How is our installer going? RevengeOS welcome. It's not the welcome I'm looking for. It's this. Oh, we've done it. We've done it. Oh my God. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know. Reboot now. Oh, good grief. Does anybody remember what my password was? Because now I'm gonna have to. There we go. RevengeOS. All right. Let's do this. Does feel like forever. I don't know about you guys, but like me sitting here waiting for this thing to install feels like an eternity. Marcel, S-E-C-R-E-T. I'm quite sure that this is the password I used. Failed to start session. Okay. Is there anybody else? No, there's just me. S-E-C-R-E-T. That's not embarrassing. S-E-C. I'm quite sure that this is the password that I used. You saw me do this. This is definitely the password that I used. Other. There is no other. There's just, what about root? Can I do root? S-E-C-R-E-T. No, that's not going to work. So it has to be Marcel, which is the password that I used. S-E-C-R-E-T. Did this thing not give me the password? All right, well, that is very, very interesting. Let's get out of this for a second. Let's go back to AQEMU and let's try to boot this thing one more time. This is not nice. This is not nice at all. Apply. Let's start this thing. All right, advanced options for RevengeOS Linux. Let's just boot it normally. Maybe there's something with booting directly from the, after it finished the installation, but let's find out if that's actually the case or not. All right, there's the screen come up, S-E-C-R-E-T, secret. That is the password that I used. That is most definitely the password that I used. That is really kind of annoying. That's just amazingly annoying. Let's try one more time. Marcel, C-C-R-E-T. That is the password that I used. Huh. Let's go into the advanced boot options. That is most definitely the password that I used. So for some strange reason, it has not sent the password information, or has not properly saved the password information on the. I hope that doesn't happen in a real installation of this thing. RevengeOS with Linux. Fallback. With Linux. Loading Linux. I'm not happy with this thing right now, because see, I make a point of using the same stupid password when I'm doing these demos every single time so that it actually does work. So at the moment, I'm about to give this thing a fail, not because it didn't look interesting or it didn't have some interesting possibilities, but because it did not give me my boot password. So about the only other thing that is a possibility is it actually possible to go into single user mode and change the password? But that is just absolutely bizarre. All right. Well, I'm as interesting as it looks, it is not letting me boot with my password, with the password that I changed. It did not get copied into the virtual machine, and I have no idea why. However, if I go into boot and I go boot CD-ROM, and I try that again, and I say boot, there we go. Let me see, boot existing OS, run memtest, hardware information. That is not what we're trying to do. Boot RevengeOS, boot existing OS. I'm not sure that you can still. Once upon a time, it was actually possible to mount the file system and then just remove the password remove the password information so that there was no password on the etc password file. I'm not sure if that's actually still possible or not. We're gonna try that just for fun, and then I'm gonna give up. We're gonna try it, and then I'm gonna give up and see what see if there's some magic. Maybe contact the RevengeOS folks and see what happens. We're not going to install the system right now. What we're going to do is go into accessories and accessories. Shouldn't it be in accessories? Where is a terminal? Where is a terminal? There we go, XFCE terminal. All right, let's open up a terminal. DF. Whoa! That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do ls. All right, there we go. DF. All right, let's do our file manager. Thunar, why not? Let's do Thunar. I love live demos. I love live demos. I'm going to type that. I love live demos. Really? All right, we're going to mount this thing. And media, live user. All right, DF, is it there? /run/media. Whoops. Media, live user. CD, whatever you are, ls. There we go. etc. And this should be interesting. Sorry. There we go. There it is, Marcel. Marcel. And does that still work? Is this still something that you can do? I don't remember if this is still something that you can do. This used to be something that you could do once upon a time. And I don't remember whether it's actually still possible. So let's save that. Let's save that. And where was the password file that had the encrypted stuff in it? Oh my goodness. I haven't had to do this in so long. I've totally forgotten. Sudo-i. Let's just go in sudo-i. Where am I? I'm over here. I want to go run, media, live user, blah. There is a password file. There's no, that's the one. There's the edited password file, but there was a password file that kept all the hashed files, the with the salt and everything like that in another file. Where the heck was it? Ah, this is gonna drive me crazy because I can't remember what it is. All right. Can I specify a particular file, or is it always picked like the system file? Yeah, it's just going to pick the official system file. All right, and that's not going to help me because the original password file is the one that the system is running on at the moment, and obviously it's just got live user. It doesn't have, although there's no, there's an X there. There's an X there. There's no actual. Does X mean there's no password? Ah, I can't actually remember. PSSWD, live user. Let's find out if that's actually the case. Live user, test, or let's just do the same thing. Secret, 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 and let's take a look at that file one more time. No, that's not where it keeps it. Okay, I can't remember where it keeps it. Oh, etc shadow. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, VI, shadow. All right. Root, there it is. So is it an exclamation point? Does an exclamation point mean nothing in the shadow file? God, I haven't had to do this for so long because I haven't had to jimmy a file for so long. Let me see. Shadow file. You know what? Let's just reboot for a laugh just because I'm losing my patience with it at the moment. So let's close Thunar, the file manager. Thunar sounds like the Reverse Flash, the the villain on the Flash. Come on, you must know what the Flash is. Everybody knows what the Flash is. All right, and cd df, whoops, df. No. U mount /run /media, blah blah. There we go. umount. What the heck is umount? umount /run /media. Target is busy. Oh, fine. This thing is bound and determined to make my life difficult. All right, let's shut it down. Empty is to have no password. All right, I'll take your word for it, Drew. Thank you. Let's give it a shot. All right, run media, live user. There we go. etc. VI shadow. All right, let's go down to shadow. Shadow. So the next colon here. The next colon is way down there. So let's make our way to the next colon. All right, we're giving it a try. Drew is to lock it out. Empty is to have no password. I have not had to do this in years. I tell you. Okay, here we go. Let's pretend that this works. Sync. All right, shut this thing down. System. Actually, where is it? Where's the shutdown on here? What's this? Clipboard manager. Interesting. All right. Where's the shutdown? All right, here. All right, let's try it. Let's see if this worked. Ah, there we go. Ah, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, so now I'm not being asked for a password, but I'm not being allowed to log in either. No password, but you're not allowed to log in. Okay, well, anyway, all right. All right, well, hey, it was worth a try. And Drew, who's sitting out there and giving me advice, I appreciate it. But there it is. If you actually want to try it out on a real machine somewhere, RevengeOS.weebly.com. Go ahead, because awesome shouldn't be so difficult. Well, apparently if I'm running it on a virtual machine, it's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult on a virtual machine. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. And I may go and play with this a little bit more to see if I can do it. But honestly, I cannot tell you how many live distributions I have installed and tried through AQEMU. I have tried tons of them. And I cannot remember a time in recent memory when it wouldn't let me log in afterwards. That is just insane. So let's just say delete VM and files. So let's delete VM and files. I won't delete the CD-ROM yet because I actually might want to actually play with this at a later time. But let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one because it didn't make me happy. And maybe next time we'll try this one. We'll try this one. I'm not going to do it right now, but maybe we'll try this one next time. And again, we'll say 8 because it's just for testing purposes. And the one that we'll try next time is Zorin. Zorin also sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. We have RevengeOS for a dish best served cold, and we have Zorin OS. So we'll try that one next time, okay? That'll be the one we try next time. But this is where I'm going to leave the stream for now. And if you were watching, thank you. I appreciate it. And, be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. And, if you haven't already done it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have to say that. It's one of those things. Bye for now. And yes, I'm using OBS Studio to do this because, everybody uses OBS Studio to do this.